Welcome back to the Bullpen Pitch Fest from Minneapolis. I'm James Zanowich, the Chief Strategy Officer from Tulane Medicine, and I'm here with Vassili Kotlov, the CEO of Mitargos. So nice to have you sit down with us.
Thank you so much.
Well, we have our several questions for you, which I think you're familiar with, having been in the Bullpen before. But I want to start getting to know a little bit more about you. How did you get here? What is your background?
I started my career at Bristol Myers Squibb close to 30 years ago. And
at age 10?
At age 10.
Yes.
Yeah. And in fact, actually, when I started, one of the first projects I was working on, and that was 25 years ago, was Alzheimer's. And it was around amyloid beta. And of course, it failed. Guess what? We're still doing. And why were we failing? We're still chasing the same thing. And this is why I decided maybe there's a way to look at all of those conditions in a different way. And that's how we started Mitargos. And the reason why Mitargos is called that way is because the first beginning of that is mitochondria.
Oh.
And everyone talks about it as a power cell, or powerhouse. It is way more complex. And more importantly, it's the single most important part of our body. And completely ignored.
And so looking at data for that, you hypothesized that...
This is what's so interesting. There's a great body of evidence that I would say has been developed by, true scientists that are driven by the desire to understand the human body rather than just checking boxes of the pharmaceutical industry. And they developed a tremendous amount of data to suggest that maybe focus on mitochondria and more specifically on bioenergetics is the key to building, what can be described as resilience. If you think about that, a lot of diseases today are defined by the end stage and some kind of accumulation, of some kind of, if I may say, garbage. Yeah. And why is this garbage not being removed from our body? And that's exactly the concept of resilience. And one of the keys in that is the simple fact that in the brain, we lose 20% of energy production capacity. When we, sorry to say we, but, not all of us are at risk of, developing dementia.
Right.
And so, but that is one of the key problems. And there's a lot of biologic rationale, as well as now we have clinical data to support that statement.
So we know how you got here now. As you know, the Bullpen's whole mantra is to find someone, help, and repeat. But what are you working on now so that people can understand what you're doing in this moment?
I'm building the team.
Okay.
And the key criteria is desire to think differently and desire to redefine the problems and to look at those new problems in a different way.
Through that different lens to see if you can solve them. Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's the future of healthcare in general. We've got to start thinking about our body, differently. We've got to stop hating our body, like simply speaking. We've been eliminating and reducing our body to nuts and bolts for too long. Let's think about it as a system and think about the, body as a biological system and how all of those pieces interact. What is the role of that system rather than just some, so-called targets. That's what I'm trying to, rally the troops.
So in helping you to do that and helping your company to move forward kind of in this space where we think broader and not along the same paths that we always have, what would your ask of the Bullpen membership be? How can they help you in this endeavor?
Yeah, well, for example, one of the Bullpen founding members is part of my team now.
So you're persuasive.
Yes.
Or they're persistent. I'm not sure which.
Well, no, it's not me. It's the idea, it's the concept. So, and I'm looking for, other partners because, I think, and it's not just me, there are other people way smarter than me, that, this bioenergetics as a field is a new therapeutic area. Not only I can develop a product, there could be other opportunities for other people and other companies to join the same concept, you know?
So you're looking for people to collaborate with you and join your team potentially, probably also looking for funding, and then looking for collaborative partners.
And collaborative partners.
So basically everything in the ecosystem you would like to hear from.
Yep.
Perfect.
Because, you know, for example, you know, the area, I think in order to redefine the neurodegeneration and look at it differently, we need different diagnostic tools, you know, screening tools. And, you know I can meet people like that here at the Bullpen.
Absolutely. And so if like one of our Bullpen founders who decided they had to be part of your team, someone out here has listened to you and also wants to help in some way, whether that's in investment or joining along, or they think they have a collaborative organization, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
It's my LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yes, and our amazing producer, Don, is always very good at making sure that all the LinkedIn information is posted with these videos. So people will be able to find you. If you check in the information along with this, you'll be able to find out how to get a hold of Vassili. And I encourage everyone to reach out, do so, and help him move forward and rethink what the future of healthcare looks like.
Yeah, alternatively, please come visit San Diego.
Or go to San Diego, which many people are always willing to do, especially if they're from the Northeast in the winter.
Exactly.
Right. Great. Thank you so much once again, Vassili. I appreciate you sitting down with us.
Yeah. Great
Take care.
meeting you again.
I know, right? Absolutely. Good to see you as always.
Thank you.